no one apart from the athletes and people know what's going on behind the scenes. Athletes have to respect the organisation as well. If you're not happy, don't go put it on social media and join sides and do all that kind of stuff. Talk to the person that is involved in it and get it sorted that way. Guys, today, 4 weeks out from World's Strongest Man, in a secret location. You'll find out what's happening with this soon. We are very excited, but yeah, I really do need a pre-workout. Look at these as well. Oh, something spicy's happening. We have Origin pre-workout, my protein, any flavour. I love it. I change it up because I get bored of just one. This has been left outside, so look at the lumps. It's like chewing gum, eh? So one. I forgot to swallow that. Yeah, second one. So today, I've got 150, 2 reps, 4 to overhead, take 30 seconds or so, do another 2, 30 seconds or so, do another 2, that's 1 set. And then barbell, this is gonna be my first proper time on the barbell. We chose a deadlift one as well, so it whips a wee bit just to make it a bit harder. Let's get on. Barbell, 1 clean, 5 presses, 130, 1 clean, 3 presses with 140. Let's see what happens here. Right guys, we're back for another session. Today is deadlifting, so it's going to be hot and it's going to be spicy. We've got the heaters on. Yeah, we're going to do a wee question answer. I got people to ask me questions on Instagram, so Tom's picked the best one, so let's see what he's got for me.
What made you switch to Shane as a coach, Team MST?
I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of probably questions about this. And you know, you can see now that I'm training with MST. So yeah, basically, there's a lot of strumming around with MST. There's like, you know, you can see that. And I just wanted to hold off a lot because when Luke signed with him, you know, I was still thinking like, I was fine with Dan, everything was going good, I was still winning competitions, you know, still beating a lot of his athletes, which, you know, is true and stuff. And I just wanted to wait and see. And then when Luke tore his bicep, I was kind of like, right, I'm just gonna stay with Dan, because for me and Dan had a good relationship. We knew each other for coaching and stuff. And then when I seen the rehab Luke was doing for his bicep, and this was all from Shane, and like how Luke came back as a better athlete after the bicep was incredible. And like I was starting to get a wee bit of like niggles and some injuries, and like Dan's a really good strength coach, but he didn't have that background of how to help injuries. So I was kind of like, I'm not going to be able to improve if I'm getting older, so if I start getting injured, then it's just going to be this thing of, we don't really know what to do, it's a guess game, and that's what a lot of the time was with me. So when I seen Luke win Britain's Strongest Man with Shane, that was the best I've ever seen Luke perform. The way he performed, how he looked so fit, he looked so strong, I was like, wow, he's doing a lot of good things for Luke. And then, you know, I said as well, like Pablo, I didn't ever think would deadlift 400k, and then Pablo went with MST and pulled 400k, and I was like, right, so he's working, you know, you just have to give time. And so yeah, so then I obviously went with Aaron. I mean, Aaron, for me, you know, Aaron knows this as well, we both said he's a rehab coach, he's not a strength coach. And I just got too comfortable. I got too excited that, you know, he kind of fixed my injuries, and I thought, let's just keep going, Where I should have stopped back and go, right, you've done your job, I'll go and find a strength coach. With Shane, it was after Arnold's, I just sat down with Aaron and we both said, look, I can't continue this strength journey with you because he's not, like I said, a strength coach. But yeah, that's the first time I got in touch with Shane. It's the first time I've ever had a coach that's actually does strongman, and I think it's very important now going forward that I have a coach like that. You know, my deadlift from Arnold's to now has flown big time back up. A lot of different technical cues as well. I've now got a full day of grip, you know, and it's all these wee different things that I still learning to do, and even my like movement prep before I get into the deadlifts or the pressing is really beneficial as well. So yeah, that's why I went with him. I didn't want to just follow the sheep and go with Shane straight away. I wanted to have that evidence that he's improving other athletes, and you know, like I said, he improved Luke, he improving Pavlo, and these guys are, you know, in the top 10 in the world. So that's basically it, and yeah, I'm very excited. It's been hard. The first 4 weeks was absolutely brutal. I was just getting everything kind of sorted, but it's been really good, and you know, you can see that I've been getting stronger, fitter, and he's a very good coach as well, so yeah.
What's your thoughts, Stoltman, on Mitchell Hooper's comments about world's strongest man?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like getting involved in any of this stuff, but I agree and disagree on some things. I think the money thing is a massive thing. I think, you know, world's strongest man, it is a title that everybody knows about in strongman. It deserves to have a bit more money. You know, hopefully in the next few years it will. I mean, now with obviously Small, Rogue, Arnold's and that, you know, they need to be competitive with that. But I think with the family getting, you know, paying for family and friends to go over, I don't think is necessary. I think, for example, with Arnold's, I'm only allowed to have like one ticket, me plus one. With Rogue, I think it's me plus one or two. So it's the same with every single competition. I've never been to a comp where they've said, like, you know, apart from Giants in UK and stuff, where they give you extra ticket stuff, which, you know, is fair enough. But like, I've never been to an international comp where they've said, like, Tom, you can have you plus 7 tickets to give to people. Contract stuff, you should never ever do that on social media. For me, like, contract, if you're signing a contract, that's like me signing a contract with, like, talking right now about what I'm getting from my protein, what I'm getting with all my other sponsors. I just don't think, as professional athletes, you need to put that on social media. You know, the respect of the athletes as well. I think it's also, athletes have to respect the organisation as well, and like have to respect the people that are, you know, the runners that are trying to do their job for more than one athlete, or have to respect everything else. So a lot of people don't see behind the scenes. If you're wanting to get in touch with World's Strongest Man, like for me, I asked Darren a few things about World's Strongest Man and about the events and about some things going on this year, and he replied to me. IMG have got so many people, but Darren's the guy for me. But yeah, I don't like talking about like organisations. You know, like no one apart from the athletes and people know what's going on behind the scenes. It is, from my experiences, World's Strongest Man treats you how you treat other people, and that's how I see it. And if you be nice, they be nice back. And that's with every competition. I try and give all the organisers as much respect as I can. So yeah, that's it. But I don't like getting involved in all that stuff. I don't think there's a place to say it. You know, if you're not happy about it, I don't think it's social media it comes to. I think it's like personal life. Like, if you're not happy, don't go put it on social media and join sides and do all that kind of stuff. Talk to the person that is involved in it and get it sorted that way. Like, what's the need to put it on social media and just have this back and forth like thing about, oh, it's not this, it's not that, it's not that, because at the end of the day, the people that organise it in decision, and it's up to them what way it goes forward. So.
Thoughts on the strongest man on earth?
Geez, strongest man on earth events is the person that has a body intact at the end of that will win the show. That's it. Bunker events. You know, as soon as World Strongest Man finishes, I'm going to put some more weight back on and get super sized for that, because I think there's 4 max lifts out of 8 in that, and then there's like the tire flip back, which, yeah, I mean, you can agree or disagree with it. I think that's a bicep buster, that one. But I mean, it's Brian Shaw, it's heavy, it's hellish, and it's just going to be hell. I think there's 4 max events, but I think, not every event you're going to get everyone's full potential in the maxes, because it's ridiculous. But it's going to be a fun show. It's going to be hard, and it's going to be the last man standing, because like if there's not more than one injury in that show, then that's a win, because it's hard to kind of get your body ready for that. Obviously you can have like 1 or 2 max in a comp, but literally to have basically 4 maxes in a competition and then to have 4 other events on top of that, they're basically all heavy as well. Like, a heavy stone again, lighter stone. It'll be a heavy arm over arm. Whoa. I think there's like the bale walking, like, so basically like a max yoke for like 5 meters. You go up and you're up in weight, so yeah, it's going to be hellish. But yeah, we're excited, but I'm nervous. Yeah.
Come on!
That's good.
Excluding World's Strongest Man, what's the most important comp for you to win?
Yeah, I mean, my mindset's changed. I think everybody used to realise that every single competition matters to me, but it's just, for me, World's Strongest Man, like the way it's structured, the way it's set up is perfect for my body, the perfect for how I like it. Like Giants Live took me a while. When my first started Giants Live, I was crap. I wasn't completing competitions, and they're only 4 hours, so you have to get used to that fast-paced stuff. And Arnold's, I'm only just getting used to it now. Even if I did, bad this year, it's still one of those things that I'm still hit and miss with. I still have to get that perfect, hopefully Shane's the perfect coach to help me with that, the perfect body weight, up and down in body weight as well. I know this is more than just answering the question, what's the next favourite, but I just find they're all important. But yeah, I think you'd have to probably put Arnold as second, because Rogue's still newer than Arnold, and Strongest Man on Earth is the newest one. I think, like an overall athlete, it's not just about being strong, lifting A to B. You have to be able to be fit. You have to be able to move with weight. Like if it was just standing A to B lifting things, then it would be going back to that old kind of school stuff of like, you don't have to be as fit. It's more like you just have to eat crap food and put on that extra body weight that you don't need. So Arnold's is now coming up there. There's some strength stuff, but there's also some moving, like heavy moving stuff. Rogue is the perfect balance away from World's Strongest Man. I think Rogue's the perfect kind of competition. It's got like heavy overhead medleys, it's got heavy like stones, it's got heavy events, and there's also some like max events in it as well, and I think that's what you need. So Rogue for me would be a really good one to win. I've been close to Rogue, I've been close to Strongest Man on Earth as well, and I've been close to Arnold. Last few years I've been the only Brit that's been representing at these kind of competitions along with Luke, so it's, as soon as I don't do good, you kind of get the thing of, oh, he doesn't care, oh, he's here, he's back to his normal self. So yeah, it's a hard one. But yeah, further question is, they're always equally as important. If you look at like, to be the GOAT, before Smo and Rogue were about, it was Worlds and Arnold's were the 2 that you had to win multiple times to be up, like, to be in the names of like Big Z, Brian Shaw and stuff. So for me, it's like, if I win 3 Arnold's, 5 or 6 World's Strongest Mans, and then only win 1 Rogue and 1 Smo, that's more, for me, that's more me being more like one of the greatest of all times, instead of winning like 4 Smos, 3 Rogues, 1 Arnold's. It's more just because if you look back at obviously the Big Z era, Mark Henry, when he used to do it, all these guys did Arnold's, and all the kind of old school people like that, you talk to Jonas Savickas, Arnold's was the one to win. I'm not disrespecting the Rogue or Smo, I think they're just still new. I think people just think, oh, I'm only here for World's Strongest Man. I'm just fortunate that I'm lucky enough that I've won World's Strongest Man 3 times, and that's a lot of hard work. Unfortunately, I've not won Arnold's yet, but I'm still young. I don't think any other Brit has won Arnold's either yet. I may be mistaken. The same with Rogue, the same with the Strongest Man on Earth. So like, when I do eventually win these competitions, it's going to be another bit of history written, because I'm going to be the first British guy to win Rogue, first British guy to win Strongest Man on Earth. So all this is new, like all new history as well. Yeah, World's Strongest Man isn't the physicalist demanding on your body. I think it's mentally, because a lot of people can't get used to that. They compete at 8 a.m. in the morning, then you compete at 2 p.m. That's hard for a lot of people mentally, but for me, I love it. World's Strongest Man has got its ways it's hard, and I think it's mentally harder than other competitions as well, because you have to keep this mental focus for the whole time you're there. If you slip off at like any moment, you got that tight, oh, it's going to lose. There's all these different things, but I'd love it if like all the British guys, or at least half the British guys, got to the final, because that would be epic. And then also, then it's more eyes on the British, like the British scene as well still. And then there's more eyes that get invited to these Arnolds and these, you know, these Rogues and stuff as well, because like I said, there's a lot of pressure on myself when I'm like, there's like 3 Canadians, 4 Americans, and then like 1 British, 1 Icelandic. I'm like, geez, like I've got the whole country on my shoulders. But yeah, it's good. And that's why I also wanted to work with Shane, because I know it's not quick results. I'm running this course, seeing how it is. There's, you know, he's helped me big time, but like it could take me, like I think it took you like a year to get like, wow, he looks unbelievable now. Whereas the first few months I was like, what's he got changing and stuff like that. And that's just me being honest, you know, like I look at a coach and go like, right, you've been with him for 2 months, where's the improvement there? Like where's this kind of stuff, where's this going, where's that? And then when I seen what he's done to like Pavlo and Luca, I was like, that's cool, like I said earlier on. But yeah, that's my take on things, and it's time to get back training because I'm tired. Right guys, last exercise of the day is a Zercher pickup. So basically, I'm working to like a 3-rep max, not like burn myself out, and then on the third one, I just march on the spot for 10-15 seconds. And we're gonna answer one more question before I start these. Right, so here's a question from Josh J93. Should I stick to the gym for a while to build some strength before starting strongman? In the gym, push, pull, hinge are the 3 kind of things you need to do. So, you know, like push, press, bench press, deadlifting, squatting are the kind of 3 things you need to, and you know, your body needs to be strong enough to do that kind of stuff before you start getting into the stones, the yokes and all that kind of shenanigans, whatever you want to call it. So I think, yeah, like for me, when I first started the gym, I didn't touch any strongman for about 1.5 years, and Luke wanted me to build that foundation. So the foundation was doing squats, build the legs, build the glute, build that kind of package from floor up, then do deadlifts as well, build the hinge movement, build strong glutes, strong hamstrings, and then do push press. I did bench press, but push press as well. Again, build shoulders, stabilizing muscles, get used to all that kind of putting like the weight above my head. Because obviously with strongman, you're doing unnatural movements. Like, you know, when you're hinging, it's this. You're not like on strongman, you're twisting left, right. You're doing all this kind of stuff. So I think doing a year and a half in the gym, getting the basics right, then start doing strongman. If you want to dip your hand in it first, you can get like, you don't need to get Atlas stones. You can get Cerberus sandbags, the big circle things now that they just do that you can just fill sand up with them, and they're good. They're like medicine balls, but instead of medicine balls, you can practice with them and, you know, loading it up to your chest, going down, loading it up to your chest, or like front squatting it to your knees, all this kind of stuff. But yeah, for me, the number one thing would be, if you've only been to the gym for a month and then you start going into like strongman event training, it's an injury waiting to happen. You need to have that basic strength. You need to have the basic movement patterns as well, and really just get that kind of foundation built, and then start building up into the strongman kind of stuff. I built that foundation so it came to me quite quickly, and that's the most important thing. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't just go in thinking 300 kilograms on that yoke, let's do that. You're going to injure yourself badly. So get the foundations right, enjoy the gym for a bit, and then come to the dark side of strongman. That's the last one, eh?
Just do it. 6, 7, 8,
Do 15.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Right, so that's, yeah, deadlift's done. Oh, I'm fatigued today. 460. Yeah, getting up there now. Close to YP, like my best ever on 18 inch. Then we did obviously speed stuff, then Zurcher, so I'm done. It's only like 6 p.m, so I want to get out of here. We'll see you for the next one. Stay safe and Alan, stay spicy. Bye-bye.